I don't fucking know what episode number this is. I'm completely lost. I've been putting that's you.
This is new. I've been on before. I didn't get warm before. Fucking hell. Did you have 1,000 listeners on one of them?
Oh no, that's like cumulative altogether. So far I've had 1,000 people listen.
Yeah. 1,000 listeners, you get bottled water.
yeah, that's the reward.
Sorry, go on.
It's alright.
Intro, number.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say, I can't remember what fucking number it is because I've done, like, I've recorded a few and then I've got a few coming out, so I'm just totally lost. But we have been talking for a bit about this project that we want to do.
Yeah.
I think I was pissed when you first messaged me, and then I forgot a little bit, and then I seen the Instagram message, and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably get back in touch with Doug. But you want your next fight? You've not had the best time recently, so it's pretty pretty. What's the fucking word?
Well, should I tell you why? Should I tell you why I messaged you about it then?
Yeah.
Because obviously I was on here once, wasn't I? And then I came on again with Tom.
With Tom, yeah.
Was I come on again? But I couldn't make it or something.
I don't know.
I think you maybe asked me last minute because someone had pulled out, and I said, yeah, I might be able to, but I didn't in the end. But I came on twice anyway.
Yeah.
And I've listened to some of your ones, and then obviously you've been belting out all kinds of ideas with the Halloween. But I know you've changed your ideas around that.
Yeah.
But I just felt, and then I'd message you, I didn't really see through the film thing, but the idea of maybe having a film club, because obviously we've got a few friends that like that shit. I thought it might be quite a good idea. But then anyway, obviously I was always quite, I think I might have said on one of the old podcasts, I try to be quite creative anyway. When I was at college, it was between media and maths, and I chose maths because of my situation. I was going to have to finance myself going forward. And I knew if I did maths, I'd get a good job straight off the bat. Yeah. And I knew in media I was good at it, but I didn't know anyone, and I was a nobody, and I think it's half the battle's knowing people and stuff, so I didn't ever really pursue it, but I always kind of tinkered with it, did my second days and stuff like that, and I started doing my second day for 2017. Obviously, it's quite difficult because of the circumstances. Obviously, I was with my ex back then, and then there was a lot of recent shit, boo-hoo, exes and all that shit. But I was having to edit a video about last year still that I hadn't finished with her in it, so it was quite difficult watching all of it. But I actually started enjoying it. No, I did enjoy that part of it. I enjoyed kind of, because obviously I've been in a bit of a rut. I enjoyed the creative part of it, I was getting back into it, and it was working quite well. And obviously don't get me wrong, there was lows, but there's highs as well. And then I started thinking about making it a bit more of a project, because when you start editing it all together, so I know 2017 for me was quite a difficult year, and we'll come to that in a bit. But when I was doing it, as I was doing it all and then playing it back, it just looked amazing. I'm not trying to blow my own horn. It looked amazing for me, because I was looking back and it was stuff I'd done. I was like, oh, I remember that, and I remember that, and I remember that. Yeah. And I got to about June, which is halfway through the year, and I watched it all, and it was just bang, 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 and it looked amazing. And I was thinking to myself, but this was one of the worst years I've ever had. Yeah. And then I was thinking to myself, why am I doing this? Because I did it in 2013 as well, and I did it.
I remember watching.
And I did it because I thought I saw the idea and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And I didn't really ever think into why I'd done it, but I did it. I put it all together, and it looked good. Posted it, got some likes, well done. Checked how many views it got, and it kind of gave me a buzz because it's all about the likes and whatnot. Yeah. But I did it, and I think it got about 1,400 views, so I was happy with that. And I don't know what, but maybe that was the reason I did it. It's social media, isn't it? You want to just push everything out, and that's what you do. So when I was doing it this time round, I'd given up on the idea, and because it's what we're in now. We're in October now, aren't we? Yeah. And this is from 2017, so that's 10 months. I'd given up on the idea because I'd been having a hard time. I hadn't really found the motivation to do it, but I got back into it, and I asked myself, well, why would I do it? And then I thought, well, it could actually be quite a good idea, because I think what I'm going to do now is I'm almost finished with it now, but I want to push it out, and it does look like I've had an amazing year, and there was amazing parts of it, but I'm not going to sit there and fucking put a video shit stuff that's happened, because you don't record the shit stuff. Yeah. So it's all the best bits, and that's what it is. It's just a best bits of the year. And at the end of the day, it's 365 seconds of my entire year. Yeah. It's minuscule parts of the year, so it's going to look amazing. Yeah. But then I wanted to kind of post it around it and kind of just basically say look, this is how dangerous social media is. I'm pushing this out. And look at it, you're gonna think, fucking hell, you had an amazing year and all this shit, and maybe you won't, maybe you're for me, it visually it looks good. I went to a lot of places, I did a lot of things, so it looks good on paper. Maybe it doesn't to other people because they did a lot more interesting things, but I did some cool things. I was in America, I was in Canada, I was in various other places. I got to train some cool places, meet some cool people. So I've got cool friends. you're all right as well. But do you know what I mean? Like, so like, completely.
I get it, and I struggle with it because I have like not a battle with it because I try not to put this much time and effort into it.
I know
that's part of the problem. Yeah. But if you only put out the highlights, you only put out the good shit. When you go somewhere nice, you take a picture, it looks great. But and then I think, well, should I also like post the rough stuff?
Yeah.
And then I go, but then I have this weird thing where I go, I don't want to put negativity out there because I'm a big believer in like putting positive things out.
Well, I don't believe karma in the literal sense of karma, but I believe in the if you're negative and you sit in the fucking side all day for a day, nothing good's gonna happen from that. After like so like after I've like broken up and had all this shit, like only good stuff happened when I've actually left the house and like done stuff and when I put things out. But like if you don't, you don't. So I think it's very literal. Yeah. You go and you put yourself in these situations, you can positive things gonna happen. You sit inside. It's not. So I think you have to kind of. Yeah. But with this, I just thought like. I think I could show something and be like, look, it looks good, but it's not, and like kind of show how dangerous it can be. Yeah. And I know what you said about the negativity. It's very dangerous to that as well, because if you put negativity out, it tends to be when you're speaking about negative things, you can somewhat be of an irrational mind. So you see the fucking Facebook meltdowns. I mean, like they get shared and all that shit, where like someone's like fucking post too much, and I think. You have to be of rational mind if you are going to post the negative things, or be in a better place when you do post about them. Like you have to be very careful for it. So you're not going to. I don't expect everyone to be just very like balanced. Obviously, it's a tool, and it's just a tool you got to be careful with. Because if you look at someone else's life and think, oh fucking hell, it looks amazing, and I'm guilty of it all the time. I'll look at people and be like, fucking hell, like I'm not there, I'm not doing that. Like fuck, what if I don't know? Like, how am I not doing that?
Why don't I have the money to spend on holiday right now? Or
but it's not like it's not about money. Like I mean, if you look at like I don't know, like. Fuck, I'm trying to think of like, what's the fucking lead singer of Linkin Park called? Chester Bennington. Like, look at people like that. Like, do you know what I mean? They've got all the money in the fucking world. Like, he's like a successful musician. Like, one of like, fucking like guilty pleasure. Linkin Park were fucking awesome. Like, in the end, like, Ezzy and Dom like used to fucking belt on the karaoke like nothing else. And like, not Dom, fucking Ezzy and another guy, Tom. But anyway, but like, fucking like legit and like. But yeah, you look at other people's shit and if I don't know. So it's just very, so I started doing that with that. But then anyway, when I was doing my second day, I started thinking about like what else could I do? And I thought like, I'd mentioned to you before about coming back on when I was in shape and talking about it. But then I was like, well, why not come on and actually do something and like see if we can agree something? Because I like a little bit of a push. Yeah. Previously for me, my push has always been just get a fight. Right. And I'd use that as my focus. Yeah. Probably wasn't the best thing because I wasn't addressing underlying issues. Like something had happened, I'd be like, oh, I'll get a fight, I'll be all right. And it worked, short term. I'd have a fight, I'd be all right, I'd be sound, like I'd get the focus, I'd get the training, I'd get healthy, I'd get fit, I'd get lean, I'd look good, I'd feel good. I've never been driven by like aesthetics, so I struggled to get in shape like to look good. But for a fight, it's easy, so it was like an added benefit. Like
it's not the focus.
Because I've been quite lucky. I've maybe a bit more. I've got some skills, but like I'm good enough to win some fights. So I've won the fights. So you get the.
You've worked hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you get the benefits of that. Like I've got to meet some interesting people. It's a really interesting thing when you. It's like it goes back to that kind of positivity thing. If you put yourself out there, you're going to a gym. Like 99% of it's positivity. Obviously, someone that's always having a bad day, cause not getting the technique or whatever, and they're not getting subs while they get subs. But like the majority of it is positivity. Yeah. And if you train with the right people, I mean, you always have an off day every now and then, but the majority of people won't throw parties every time they get subbed. They learn from it, and if they don't, they end up leaving anyway because they can't handle the kind of being mugged off all the time. So it's quite a positive environment. So like, I started thinking about so I'd get like fights and that'd help me get out of my rut. But then like after the fight, like there's a bit of a come down because you think like week of the fight, like that's all you're thinking about. Like for me, it's not a fear of getting battered. Not because I think I'm good, but it's more because I'm not scared of being battered. Like it's happened before. It'll probably happen again. What I'm scared of is looking like a prick. Okay. So getting like, you know, like I said before, like getting like Tom Simon, like MMA career, like let's not talk. Do you know what I mean? Like as long as that doesn't happen to me, I'm sound kind of thing. But no, like I'd do it. I'd have the fight. There were so many emotions leading up to it because I had all this focus. So I was putting everything into this. Like obviously you stop going out as much. You don't see friends and family as much. Obviously I've got a full-time job as well, so you're very busy. So you're putting everything into work and training. So you don't really have time to think about anything else. So everything else goes by the wayside. Your problems from before are just long gone because you're not thinking about them. And then all of a sudden you got this fight. But fight week comes and goes, and then all of a sudden, you went from kind of the pressure, the kind of the anxiety. Because for me, it's performance anxiety.
Yeah,
it's just looking like a prick. Win or lose, I don't care. Like I've been dropped before. Like I've nearly lost fights. I lost a fight semi-pro where I got like sparked. So like I'm not afraid to lose. Like that was after that fight was one of the best like nights after a fight I've had. So I don't really mind. Like when I came into it, I was like, I used to be a dirty little fat mosher like skateboarding. You know what I mean? I took a few beatings in the years. Like I was never when I started. It was because I had an ear stamped on, and I was like, oh right, I'm going to learn how to defend myself. And then I went amateur, then semi-pro, then pro. So everything for me has like been a bonus. Like from day one. Just the fact that I actually got into the gym, because I was the same as everyone else, and it really fucking annoys me when people say it now. Well, I'll get in shape and then I'll go to the gym.
I like the hardest thing is getting through the door. And it always has been, like for anyone, especially with like martial arts and stuff. I don't know if we talked about this the last time we did a podcast, but I remember.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you said you'd been waiting for ages.
I remember.
I was the same though.
I watched this trailer with. Not a trailer, but it was like just YouTube Thai boxing, and like there was this fucking cockney guy, and it was like a walk around his gym, and it was just like loads of mad cunts, just like hitting stuff as hard as could and like being super aggressive, and that probably put me back 6 months. Because I watched it and I was like, don't.
Yeah, but we're lucky. We've got Jamie as a coach. Like, it's not your stereo. Well, it's BJJ is not your stereotypical martial art as it is, and there is still gyms like that are a bit like.
You get them everywhere. But you soon find out, and you soon figure out where the gyms are. You know what I mean?
But I think I don't know.
So I guess my take on it is that I always have some sort of personal project going on, probably for a similar thing. Like if I sit still for too long, nothing happens. Like you get no stories from sitting on the couch, do you? You know what I mean? Good or bad, like the bad stories.
You can watch a few things, but
but the bad stories you tend to like, even a year later, you laugh about. You know what I mean? So for me, there's a little bit of that, and I watch and have seen like a ton of documentaries, and I've never really done one. I've shot music videos, obviously podcasts, and done loads, but I always just watched them and kind of like ingested them, and then I thought, well, actually, when the subject matter's right, I'll probably do one, even if it's like 10-15 minutes long. So when I can't even remember what you messaged me, like I said, because I was pissed. But I kind of
keep talking. I'm gonna get it up while you do.
I replied saying, let's do it, and can we make a film about it or something?
Well, that was it. I'll go back to this because that'd be quite cool. But let's have a look here. I've just been fucking.
That's alright. So that was my take on it. And then, but there's that. I wanted you to be into it, and I wanted you to be on board, and that's one of the reasons we're having this chat now, really.
Oh, that was it. So sorry, carry on.
No, go.
So I posted about doing a few seconds on my second a day. So like my portrait. And then you said you loved it. So I said, did you see my 13? You said yeah. And then I said, so we went a bit back and forward. And then. So then I said, trying to get fight sorted for later this year. So I originally, around about that time, I'd trying to speak to Dale over at Made for the Cage about November 24th, but he never got back to me. Because I needed that, like, for me, I know it's a bit backwards because I haven't really trained properly for 3 years. It's not the best at it, but as I say, it's not winning or losing for me. It's just getting back in. That's kind of a victory for me. And that if that means getting back in shape and getting back into training, like, even if I lost, that'd probably spur me on to train again. Like, so for me, I know it doesn't seem like sensible, like having 3 years cold and then maybe coming in straight into a camp. But that might be what I need. And as I say, win or lose, it doesn't matter. Like, I've already overachieved anyway. So I started thinking about it, but he didn't get back to me. So then you said.
I didn't. I was like.
No, you got straight back to me. That was 13 minutes later, but I was sat like that waiting. So you said, can I follow you around with a camera and make a film out of it? And I said, fuck, you should. But then I said, when do you think about mental health? You should start following me around now and make a proper thing out of it. And the road back to finding good mental health, if you think it might be interesting. So then, you said you wanted to do something like this for ages. And then here we are.
So, I guess the mental health aspect of it, what do you want to kind of like get across? What's your aim?
For me, because this is going to sound really harsh, and I'm not going to say any names or anything, but like, Well, me personally, like I've been around people with poor mental health like a long time.
Okay.
And I've had poor health. Retrospectively looking back, I've had poor health a long time. So like, for instance, at university, like I had a bit of a rough patch where drunkenly fell out of a fucking window. Tried to exit out the window with my bed sheets at uni. Like, got in from a night out. One of my mates was like, everyone get the bed sheets. We tied them together. He was going to jump out. He didn't. I did instead. Right. Fucking fell out the window. Herniated a disc in my spine. So like I was. How
high up was it?
Second. Like so, there's like ground 1, 2. So it was probably like a good house, kind of thing. But the worst thing about it was I tried to grab the windowsill as I moved and ripped like my arms open. Yeah. So wasn't the best thing anyway. Just so happens though, a guy from Borough was that I knew from back home, because I was living in Newcastle at the time. He was just walking past randomly with some of his mates after a night out. Just saw some fucking guy jump out. Well, what looked like he just jumped out of a window. So he runs over and saves me and finds me in a fucking bush and he's like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, what was he called? He was called Ginger Lad. Gav. Right. Yeah, this is like from way back. He was over like a Colby lad. Yeah. He won't be watching this. I think he moved away anyway. But now he like runs over and he's like, what the fuck? But anyway, like I did my back in and then I don't know, like around that time, like I was like, I convinced myself I was like, it was because of the painkillers, but looking back, it was the exact same thing. I wasn't sleeping on a night, but that was all, well, I'm at uni, I don't sleep anyway, I'm a student, all that kind of shit. So, but I'd never sleep on a night, I'd be up to like 5, 6 in the morning, then I couldn't get out of bed in the morning, obviously because I hadn't slept. Yeah. But then I couldn't get out of bed in the afternoon, so I was missing lectures and stuff like that. And like, yeah, like looking back, I just pinned on that, like an excuse, it's the painkillers, that's what it is. But like looking back, it was the same kind of things that's been happening. It's like lack of motivation, struggling to like start a day, kind of isolating yourself, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's kind of, when I look back, it's actually...
There's been some sort of repeating pattern.
But like message-wise, I don't know, like I don't want to get a message, but I was quite kind of like very naive. I didn't ever think it was mental health, and I think if I'd addressed it back then, I could have avoided a lot of it right now. Yeah. And I feel like I can, don't get me wrong, I'm not like, sorry man. No. He's a fucking monster. Jamie Taylor, he makes me drink him.
Yeah. He's got
although, like, if this film does blow up, like, we do make a film, Monster Energy. Yeah, I'd fucking love to get sponsored off it. That's all I drink. And you can even have, oh my god, you'd have a Monster fridge in the back. I'll get you hooked up with them as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Nestle Pure Life. Yeah. But no, on a more serious note, I think for me, I didn't really recognise mental health. I've been around it with family, friends, stuff like that, and I never recognised it. And I didn't, as a result, I didn't really try and offer support. So I'm guilty of it as well. Yeah. But when I've experienced it firsthand, it's kind of opened my eyes to it, and I've seen more like, okay, this person's had it, this person's had it. And I'm not going to say names now. Okay. You probably know the same people as me, and we know people that have like.
Yeah, I suppose people reach out to me.
And now I've had my own, I feel like I'm more able to kind of recognise it in others. So like, I'm not necessarily just going to ask it, like everyone, are you okay? Because people say it's the whole fine, it's yours, any kind of thing. So like, I try and like, I'm not going to say dig because that's not like the right term, and I'm not, but like, I don't know, I'll just message them and just like, ask if they want to do something, or like, if you want to, or like just offer to say like, oh, well, if you want to chat, or like, even if you want to just whine or bitch or listen or whatever, or if you want to just go somewhere or do that. And so I kind of try and do it, and I feel like, I'd like to think I've helped a few people, like even if it's just momentarily. Yeah. But now, like, I kind of feel like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people don't know about it, and a lot of my friends have let me down. I'm not saying let me down, because, let me down in the sense that they haven't, like, done anything, but I wouldn't expect them to, if that makes sense. Yeah. Does that come across right?
No, yeah, like, it's fine.
I think they'd have let me down if they knew full well how to deal with it, but, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of the help I've got came from the the unlikeliest of places. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially, like, I'm not going to say it as well, like training heavy as well, like, I've met some of the best people I know from training, like, hand on heart, like, it's genuinely changed, like, people say it all the time, but it has genuinely changed my life, like,
same,
some of the best people I know, like, yourself included, like, some interesting fucking characters, like, like, I think people see fighting, and they think, oh, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, like, it's slightly different, like, tangent, but my life would be very, very different if I hadn't trained, in that I wouldn't have the job that I have.
Yeah. Well, look at some of the opportunities with like Polaris and stuff you have.
Well, exactly, yeah, you know what I mean? And that's all from tracing it back to like stepping foot in that shit kickboxing gym, which I've talked about a few times on the podcast, but like...
Can you think of any other sport in which you could be some of the fucking best in the world? Like, how long have you trained?
Yeah, 4.
So you've been in the sport 4 years, and you've met some of the best in the sport.
Yeah,
like you've met the Ronaldos, the fucking Messis,
like,
and that is like something powerful. That like,
and they've all been cool as fuck.
Yeah, and they're actually genuine. Like,
well, look, every Polaris, every chat with Dan Hardy.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember like watching all his fights and like geeking out, and like then seeing him getting knocked out by Carlos Condit and just being
120.
like,
I was there. Like the entire arenas went.
Yeah, but it, like hometown crowd, and like he's legit. Like, I mean, he's as legit as it gets. And I remember the first Polaris I did. I like sheepishly walked up to him with the camera and said like, "Hi, do you want to do like an intro piece to like this thing that I'm doing?" Obviously, as part of the Polaris team, which always helps. But he was just like, never been like, couldn't have been cooler or nicer to like. He definitely didn't have to do it. Yeah, he's there as a ref. He was in a fucking rush because he was. I think it was around the time of the Mayweather McGregor fight. Was when I was first there, so he was like, "I'm fucking so busy," because he was like here, and then he was like, "I'll go home, pack, and I'm flying to Vegas." Like, you know what I mean? And like, so and he took 5 minutes to have a chat with me. And now when I go to Polaris, he says hello to me, and I'm like, like just it's mad, ridiculous, but
like as a sport,
but yeah, any other sport generally.
But yeah, it just attracts all the right kind of people, and I think it's like it's got a fucking bell-end barometer as you enter, because the thing is, like, I've seen so many people come in and they're already athletes or whatever, and you think, fuck, they could be really good, but they haven't got the right mentality, because whatever sport they came from, they've been top dog, and they can't handle. They've been top dog because they're the biggest or the fittest or the strongest or whatever,
fastest,
and they assume that's going to translate, and sometimes it does, and they're fucking dangerous. But more often than not, it doesn't, because they don't have the same mentality. They've got the winner's mentality. And in jiu-jitsu, for every tap you get in the first month you train, for every time you get tapped 100 times, you'll probably get 1 tap in the first month. And it slowly kind of starts to change. You've trained for 2 years, and all of a sudden you get 5 taps and you only get tapped 4 times, and then all of a sudden it's like, but like for the first like 6 months you're getting fucking battered by people that are like 60 kilos ringing wet, and you're like, how the fuck's this, like, especially when you come in here, like, how this fucking tiny little fucking stick man just battered me, and some people, they can't take that. I expected that, because I was always like, I came in, I was a chubby cunt, like, I'd been fucking thrown around, I'd moved to Newcastle, I'd been battered, I'd been thrown around, like, I didn't have expectations, so when people were battering me, I was like, oh wow, how the fuck did you do that? And like, I had a thirst for knowledge. I sound like John Danner, don't I? I should have a fucking Rashi on here. Probably doing Tom Corrigal today as well. I watched that podcast back, and fucking hell, anytime I talk, you talk, he's like, probably doing it to you today. But fucking hell, I'm just going all kinds of times.
It's alright, yeah. So if we go back to kind of the mission, the mental health kind of like aspect.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to like talk about it, like, frankly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like, I don't like, to be honest with you, like, I'm not like a shy person. Like, there is some stuff I would say.
Obviously,
but that's, a lot of the time, that's more through respect for other people, because and like, you don't know how you like drive on. Don't drive on. Oh my god, dirty laundry, fucking hell. Oh shit, me and my mate Toby, you ever watched Trailer Park Boys?
No. Sorry, it's on the list.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing, but there's a guy in it, he always misquotes things, so like, instead of worst case scenario, it's worst case Ontario, or like water under the bridge, water under the fridge, shit like that. It's amazing, like, funny stuff, and I just fucking, said that, so fuck my life, because I'm not telling that now. But no, all seriousness, I want to just talk openly and frankly, hopefully, get other people talking.
Okay.
I've seen like I don't know why, but I've seen quite a lot of like stuff around like fighting and stuff and mental health, and it feels like it's getting talked about quite a lot within the fighting community. And I think that is genuinely because we are quite a humble kind of bunch.
Yeah.
Because as I say, go back to saying, you have to be humble. You have to get battered 100 times before you get your first tap. You have to like, it's not all fucking.
Yeah, you end up with a certain sort of, I call it, it's like mental, it's strength almost, and like resilience, because
you have your good days, you have your bad days, like, you're going to get bad. You need to, like, I don't know, as I said, it is, I know it's oversimplified, but it is like being humble.
Yeah.
And I think with that, I think when you don't feel judgment and you're quite open and honest, like, I don't know why not talk about it.
And you also,
and I'm not saying I'm going to help anyone, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think there's the possibility, and that thing about, I think there's a stigma attached to it. I think it's getting less and less, and it's one of the more beneficial things that we're kind of seeing about social media is that like people are talking about it.
In the right way as well, rather than like meltdowns now.
It's supposed to maybe just like building.
But who knows? Like, I mean, I've like been like, I know a lot of people that you like mind like around here locally. I can't remember. There's a thing I was reading about, like it's like a men's meeting group and stuff. Like I don't know, maybe like something like that. I don't know, maybe put shouts to them, like anything like. But I just feel like anything you can do because there is a lot of services out there. And I think obviously the biggest statistic now is that I think it was every week 84 men killed themselves. It's like every 2 hours. It's fucking mad. Honestly mad. Like.
And that whole thing about like having somebody to talk to is important. And I've had friends of mine that I mean I've got some close friends that are like that have like some tough stuff going on, you know what I mean, in the heads or not in the heads, and that I've talked to quite a lot, like, and they've come close to like killing themselves and stuff. But I've also, but on the flip side of it, I mean they've confided in me, you know, like, I'm talking like close friends of mine, but and it's always on a night out because you get pissed and then you start talking more. But I've had people that you know and people you don't, and kind of like, you know, put around on me and just be like, fucking hell, like I'm having like a shit time, you know what I mean? And
what do you think about you? Because I mean, I say I'm open and honest, I'm being open in this forum here, but I wouldn't sit and, like, some of the people that are going to watch this, I wouldn't sit and tell them this. It's more because I'm sitting here and talking to you and you just start with the camera there. But the reason, like, I message you is because you are quite a nice guy. Like, not quite, you are a nice guy. But like, I find through training as well, and I feel like I'm being a bit, going right back to my point before when I said about my friends, it's obviously playing on my mind, letting me down. I didn't mean it like that. I felt like people help me out, a lot of those people were from training, like, and I feel that those have a more kind of, not a radar, but like they're more in tune mentally. They've been around mental health, just like you said yourself there. Like even just like when I come to training, like you ask off the cuff, like I was going, you ask me questions. It's quite like refreshing. My other mates haven't really done that. Not out of selfishness, not because they didn't want to, not because they couldn't be asked, just because they don't know. Like, a lot of people don't know. Because for me, I've always been quite extroverted. I'm the fucking loudest, stupidest African in the room. On a stag do, I'm fucking flipping beds or putting flour in people's faces. You know what I mean? I'm just spelling, like, I'm loud. And I think that's like, to me, getting around my insecurities, I'm naturally introverted. Obviously, I mentioned before about the Asperger's and stuff like that. Like, I struggle to initiate conversations. So if I didn't know you, but I'm in the room, I'm throwing shit, and you're like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? I will get chatting about it, and then all of a sudden we've got like something like bond over, whereas I can just come to you like, how are you? So shit like that. So like, I think I am over the top, like loud, stuff like that. But like when I've changed from that, I went introverted, and like all of a sudden like not being going out. Obviously like going back before, like around the stigma and stuff. Obviously I've been off sick work. So I went from like, I think it was like 8 years, like 4 days off sick, like to kind of thing, like in my job, to like I've had quite a number of weeks off and stuff like that. But at first, with my manager, even though I'm quite friendly with him, I didn't really, I think I used the excuse of sickness, like diarrhea, like 3 or 4 times. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I lying? Because then when I go back to work, they ask me questions, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm alright. And like, I'm not a good liar. Like, I was camping a few weeks ago, and I can't remember what it was now because I was drunk, but like someone was like, oh, every time you lie, you do this thing. And I wish I could remember now because I need to stop doing it. But I actually need to speak to them. I'm not a good liar, so I was doing it and I was tripping up and I felt like a prick. So in the end, I sat down with my manager and just told him. And I was really, really lucky. I work for civil services, government, that kind of thing. Like I am in a quite fortunate position that I do get paid sick. I've got an understanding manager. Like he's sound, like he's not pressuring me or anything like that. Like I'm going back to work like phase and stuff like that. This sounds overly dramatic, but as I said before, like a lot of shit's happened in the past 8 months. Like, obviously a lot of shit when I was younger with like being a doctor, being in care, fucking being homeless, all that fucking sob story. But it's as I say, because with me, my route through was just, and I'm kind of half encouraging people to get into the sport and do fighting and whatnot, but I used it for the wrong reasons. When I was stuck in my ruts, I would use a fight to get me out of the ruts and not address what had got me there in the first place. Whereas what I want to do this time is, I'm in a rut, don't get me wrong, but I'm getting support, so I'm I'm going through counselling, I've started on medication, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's me doing that, and I'm trying to change certain parts of my lifestyle. So that's me addressing my rut.
Yeah.
But alongside that, I want to fight as well.
Yeah.
But this time,
for fun.
Yeah, for fun.
For the right
this time, my last one.
Excuse me.
And I don't know if you can like.
Because
I did it, you just feel so comfortable around me. But no, like, this time I want to do it for the right reasons. Like, the last few times, so the last one, I don't know if you can like chuck up pictures with like, podcasts and that, but like, if you look, like, I was in really bad shape. I posted that picture, I lost like 20 odd kilos in 13 weeks, so I came from like a bad place that time, and that was a mental like rut as well.
Yeah.
But I managed to use kind of the fight to get out of that, but then obviously as soon as that's over again, I kind of went, it's like a roller coaster, it was like up and then down, So I think this time, I'm hopefully, touch wood, addressing it the right way.
Okay.
And I think, going back to the mental thing, is obviously the kind of the spreading the word, but like, hopefully through it, they can see some training, they can see kind of what kind of goes on in the gym, what kind of vibes it is. Some opening on some accounts, hopefully see a fight, me win, lose, whatever. So yeah, and I think I'm in a really fortunate position. I've got a lot of friends. Like, I do a lot of things, I have a lot of hobbies. There's a lot of people out there that don't. And when they don't, like, when you're stuck and you don't, like, it's like when you move to a new place, how do you first initiate, contact? And I think it's through hobbies. And whether it's MMA, whether it's jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, football, rugby, tiddlywinks, do you know what I mean? Like, any fucking thing, like, I think people need to start, like, socialising again and not hiding behind a fucking computer screen.
It gets harder when you get older as well. And, like, I see it in myself a little bit, but I've become aware of it. So I see the things coming around the corner. So I go, right, I need to get out of this funk or whatever. A bit better than I used to. I guess I think about things a lot more than perhaps I used to. But I guess there was a phase where, I mean, it helped because I worked and ran nightclubs for 4 or 5 years, but I just go out all the time. And that was it. Go out all the time, and whoever I was going out with at the time would go out all the time and just get pissed, and it was great. And I'd play in bands and sort of going to it. I had a lot of fun, but I guess when you get past the age is different for people, but between sort of like 22 to 26, and that tails off, you start going like, well, what do I do? And that's when I think that can be a bit of a funny time for men and women, because if you settle down. You can't settle down, but if you don't get married, you don't have kids yet.
But I think that's a good point you touched on, because that's something I've really struggled with a lot of my friends. Is there's an expectation you've got to do things by certain ages. Now, I'm not saying you should be, I'm fucking 32 and I'm old as fuck. Like, I'm not saying I should be a 32-year-old man going out every fucking,
I'm 30.
So I don't want to be a 32-year-old man going out every fucking night on the Friday, the Saturday, and then turning up Monday at work like drunk. That's my thing. I'm more of an occasion drinking out, or a spontaneous night out kind of person. But that just doesn't happen with a lot of my friends. I feel like you've got to get your diary out 6 weeks on the Saturday, no, someone's not going to do it, and then you end up 10 weeks, and then, right, we're not fucking doing it. And it's just always that, like, and people, like, I don't know, like, these people, like, people are skint, but, like, they're not, they're just, I don't know, like, their friends are like them. I don't know, they have priorities, but I've got mates without kids. Like, I understand when there's kids involved, or you save for a house or whatever, like, but, like, I've got a lot of frugal mates that are just like, oh, I can't, and it's like, well, why, come on, or, like, I've got a lot of whip mates. It's like, fucking come on, like, it's just difficult, and like, that is a big thing, like, there is people, like, and it's just age. I am, this sounds really selfish, like, kicking off all my mates, but like, it is age, like, there is, and I think, unfortunately, you kind of brainwashed it into believing that at age 28, you should have a house, at age 20, or 30, you should have marriage, at 32, do you know what I mean, like, I think people, because that's so kind of ingrained in people, they start to do that, and it's, for me, I'm fortunate that I've been able to take a step back, because I was guilty of it as well. Like, I had all these expectations in my head that I have to have a house by this point, and then I got a house and I was like, oh, like, so fuck if I didn't, like, I'm... What, like, I mean, I'm fortunate I've got a house, but, like, not happy now. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, just be happy. That's very...
Do you know what I mean?
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, just try and be happy, don't try and get a house, don't try and say, right, I'm going to have 3 kids, don't try and say I'm going to be on $100 grand job. Don't try and say I'm going to be like going to have abs. Don't like set these massive unrealistic goals. Just be happy in yourself. And I think that's something that I'm still coming to terms with. I say that, and it's like I'm saying it like it's the easiest thing ever. still not happy with myself. I'm trying to get there. But I have took a lot of the restraints off me in that. Like I don't now think I'm a failure because I'm not married and I'm single at age 32. Whereas if you asked me that a year ago, or 6 months ago, I'd probably give you a very different answer. Fucking, I'm a failure. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? For me, now I'm at an age where like shit's gonna happen. Like we're in quite a lucky like kind of age where I think even 20, like one generation ago, like if you weren't married and had your own house by the age of 22,
yeah, you were insane.
You were insane. But now you fucking look at 22-year-olds and you're like, what is that? Was I like that at 22?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck me.
I had this chat. I might have even been on the last podcast. I can't remember, but about that time that I mentioned where I was working in nightclubs. I was also working in nightclubs because it gave me loads of flexibility. Yeah. And for a long time.
I suppose because you're creative as well, yeah.
Yeah. And I always wanted to be like in a successful band. Like that was my aim. And I had a good crack at it. I spent a lot of time onto it, and I spent a lot of time. If I wasn't onto it, thinking about the next tour or designing merch for whatever band I was in, or my mate's band, or making videos about it, and that because that was like but it was all centered around that, and I had some moderate success, and then it all like kind of ended, and I looked back, and not necessarily the people that I was on tour with, who I'm still like good friends with and still hang out with, but kind of like if you look back at and this is another social media thing which I'm still like, is it good, is it bad? Where I'd looked at some people that I went to school with, and I was like, fucking hell, I was like, they've all bought houses and had kids. And there was a girl who, I'm sure was lovely, who by the time I stopped touring and went, oh shit, I'm going to try and sort my life out and get a job, like a more realistic job. I still don't have a real job, I guess, but like, she had been married, bought a house, had a kid and been divorced, and I was like,
that's solid that. The thing is, if you think right, she's back to square one there. And all that while you've been having the fucking years of your life.
Well, that's
for me, I'm a bit gutted because I left uni and I jumped straight into my career. So I left in left in July 2008. I started my job in September 2008. So I'd had like 2 months off and then straight in, and I've always worked in civil service in like the same career. Yeah. And I was in a proper rush. I'm just thinking like myself, like if I wanted to go away for 3-4 months, I'd do like a fucking hobby, whatever. Like I'd love to go like fucking train at like TriStar for 4 months, or like SBG, or like like somewhere daft, like. But I can't really do it because I've got a job. Right. And I wish, like my regret is that I rushed into a career. Right. Because that was one of the big expectations on me. I have to have a career straight out of uni. And I know there was extra pressures because I didn't really have like a safety net because of my situation and stuff like that. But I feel like I should have at least just fucked off for a few months. Yeah. And so that's a regret now. And like I feel like I don't fucking live with regrets. So I try and be I should be a bit more frugal. Right. I should save a bit more. Like I keep on saying these things like they're bad things. They're bad things to me because of the way I am. So like if it comes across the way that I'm saying frugal people are mad, they're not. They're just they're frugal for a reason. That's what they want to do with their money. It's their fucking money. For me, I'm like paid a millionaire. Do you know what I mean? Like I like. Do you know what I mean? I've worked hard for it, kind of thing.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah. There's I mean, that's kind of the point I was alluding to, I guess. Yeah. You can view it both ways. Because I could, and did.
The thing is, though, you've told me stories about kind of like you touring and stuff like that. It sounds fucking insane. Like,
it was wild.
Like, do you know what I mean? You'll be able to tell your kids that one day. Yeah. Like, probably not all of it, but like, you know, some of it, or maybe like when they're a bit older, kind of thing. But like, what else could you have told them? How you worked in an office 9 to 5 for 4 years, and then the odd weekend you went out. Yeah. Well. And then you went on a holiday twice a year. Do you know what I mean? What's fucking good with that? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like some of my best stories are like through like fighting, through going to BJJ tournaments, through being at training, through going out on nights out with training, going to different countries with people, like Copenhagen and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like there's so much about it. And I'm not saying BJJ is the answer. It is. But do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So maybe, going right back to it again. But yeah, spread the word about mental health, talk about it. Yeah. Maybe make something that looks quite cool visually in the process. Yeah. If we can get someone to start a hobby. Yeah. That is feeling a little bit isolated and don't really have anything. It is quite inclusive though. It is like, thing is like, you can go to a gym anywhere in the world and feel part of it. Yeah. Like that's just I've never been into a gym and not been accepted. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, there is gyms out there that aren't like that probably aren't. I've been quite lucky because I know a lot about the sport, but like I'd say it's 10% out of them. Yeah. To be honest. And even then, it's not usually the gym; it's the person or two, and it's who you roll with. And once you've been in the sport a little bit, you get an eye for it. You can kind of see like who's a bit more. You watch. If you were in a new gym, you sit out one row and just watch everyone.
Yeah.
You know exactly who to roll with and not to. You know what I mean? Like.
I remember being in. I went to Germany on a stag do.
Yeah.
And the flight. I checked the flights the day before, and the flight. It was cheaper. And I was like, I wonder if there's any gyms there. Googled it. I was in Hamburg.
Nice.
And I went a day early. And I went Jake with the sole purpose of training somewhere, and it was like, because I was on my own, I think it was a bit more terrifying. And I remember like, I struggled to find it a little bit because all gyms are in like a little bit of another space, and I was like, you know, for fucking ages, I was like, oh, should I just go? Like, and I was like, I've flown all the way to fucking Germany. What am I going to do? Sit in my hotel room by myself, and then just wish I'd trained.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I found this gym, and I trained, and it blew my mind because I was like, I'm in fucking Germany, right? Never met these people before. We're all smiling, we're all laughing.
Would Alice this arm come on das and you're like fucking what?
The coach was like, he kept speaking in German and then he was going and then like switching it to English, going like sorry, and I was like, I can see like you get to it like I think I was a fucking 2-strike white belt at the time, but even by then I was like, I can just watch his hands.
I was gonna say about 90% of it is visual.
Yeah.
Obviously like when you're coaching there's the fine like tuning of like right.
Yeah.
You actually apply the pressure down onto the left, are you squeezing there, and 99% is
So and like I remember because my sister trains jiu-jitsu now as well, and I remember texting at the time being like, I was like, I've got this like it felt like a secret language, and I'm just geeking out about jiu-jitsu now, but I was like this thing, and it is fucking mint because we now have like a set of skills that we can take anywhere pretty much around the world with us. And like just join this like mad little club.
And it's not like that's the thing, and you can train with anyone. You'll end up training with like a 1-strike white belt, and you'll end up training with a black belt. And then you're like, oh my god, this guy's the 2-time world champion. Look at some of the people that came through Middlesbrough. Do you know what I mean? Like Jeff Glover the other week. We've had JT Torres. I'm trying to think who else. Like even just the northeast, BJ Penn's BJ Penn fought in Newcastle. Didn't you know when BJ Penn was on, Eddie Bravo came across, he did a seminar in our gym.
Did he?
Kenny Florian and Keith Florian did a seminar. Like it's like, do you know what I mean?
Mentally,
we had what's the brothers called? Mendes brothers, yeah. We had the Mendes brothers came up to Newcastle. I was on a train back from Newcastle. Sat in like the seats there, and then there was a table in front, and there was two little Brazilian lads just chatting away, and I was like, do you know, like you think, fucking hell, I could hear him speaking Brazilian. I was like, for about an hour, I couldn't fucking figure it out. And I was looking, I was like, fuck, no, that's the Mendes brothers. Really? And so like like when we finally got to King's Cross, like I made sure like I got up as quickly as I could, right? So before they'd even stood up, and I was walking past their table, and I just looked at them, and I just kind of nodded, and they were like. And I just went like that. And I fist bumped them both, and I just went, oos, and then just walked off, and they wasn't even thinking, who the fuck's this? But do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, do you know what I mean? World champions just kind of fucking sat on like a fucking train, just chilling out. Like, I mean, just totally unbothered as well. Like, no one was like, no one knew who they were. Like, I had a little chat, I got a little fist bump, and a little Mainly probably they were just like, the fuck's this? But it's still cool.
They figured it out, definitely.
Yeah, but like. Yeah, we've had a lot of people. You get like, it's a sport in which you get to meet a lot of cool people, both in the sport and like actually the top of the sport. Yeah. So let's get people fighting. Let's get people training. Let's get people talking about mental health. Let's get you some sponsorships.
Yeah. So that last thing I was going to say, right? The people that, and I don't know if it is just me, but the people that confide in me when they're pissed about mental health. I guess the worst part. Is we have this conversation, and I'm pissed as well, so I'm probably not offering the best advice. I'm by no means any sort of therapist. And I'm like, just saying like anything you need, like shout, just give me a shout, and then I see them sober, either in the gym or like out or like wherever. Like I hang out with my friends, I can't think of anywhere except the gym at the minute, but. I'll see them, and it's like it didn't happen because everyone's a little bit like ashamed of it. And I've been there, and I had similar things where because you don't want to talk about it, so let's try and kill some of that stuff. I guess. And
as well, one more thing. I was trying to think how I can articulate this. It's just gonna be awkward silence here. It's like I get it quite a lot because obviously. I've like on paper I've had a lot of bad stuff happen, so like being in care and then getting like whatever, and then like going and like being adopted, and then kind of getting kicked out and being homeless, and then like, so yeah, like so on paper, like it looks like a lot of stuff. So I get a lot of people like say, like they come to me and be like, oh yeah, but like it's nothing compared to you, or like, do you know what I mean? Like the people want to like rationalise the problems and compare them. Yeah. And like. And I find myself doing it as well. So the reason I'm conscious of it is because I do it as well. So you're always going to compare yourself to the next person in the chain. So there's a person over here whose parents got divorced or like whatever, which like to them they'll be like, oh, it's not that big a deal, but it fucking is. Your parents got divorced. It's your fucking problem. Like it's a big deal to you. It's going to fuck with. And then you've got someone who's like parents have maybe got divorced, they've lost a parent. And like they'll be like, so the person who's had the divorce will be like, well, I haven't lost a parent, so it's okay. But then the person who's lost a parent will be like, oh well, I haven't lost both parents, so it's okay. But then the person who's lost, do you know what I mean? It's like a vicious cycle. Or they might not even want to come to you with whatever problem they've got. And I just fucking hate it because I've done it as well. I've stopped doing it now. I don't know how. I maybe just because I realised I was doing it, but like my problems are my problems. Yeah. So I need to fucking deal with them, and they're the only problems I know. Like I can sit and listen to your problems, but I don't know how it feels to be you with those problems. I don't know if you're managing, unless you tell me at all, but even then I'm not fully inside yet. So for me, my problems are the only problems I truly know. So they're my worst problems, like they're the biggest thing for me. Yeah. And I think everyone needs to appreciate that irrespective of whether it is just your parents getting divorced, it is just losing your job, it is just, and even just that terminology there, I'm guilty of it, it is just, that's very, it's got like, that's me undermining it there, and I didn't even mean to, but whether your parents have been divorced, you've lost a job, you've lost a parent, you've broken up with your partner, you've had a falling out with a friend, you've, I don't know, didn't do as well as you thought in an exam, what else? All that shit, do you know what I mean? It's all your problems. Yeah. So you just got to appreciate that they're yours, and you can't switch them out with anyone else's. Yeah. And if you don't solve them, then they're just going to be there forever. And that's kind of what I did. I just kept on pushing it to the one side, kind of truck on. Yeah. And I'd always be like, and I always be like, well, I had these, but I'm all right. I've got a job. I've got a house. I'm all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah. There's people over there that aren't managing. I'm all right. Yeah. It's dangerous. So yeah. Cool. Then you get sorted the fuck out. Yeah. The mission. Yeah. Nice. Maybe we can even put a fundraiser against it. See if we can get some money from mine. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Or like, what was that with one? Could put a few against it. Set up a giving page. Yeah. When we release it. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah. Put some branding on it. Maybe even see about chatting with them. Yeah. I'm doing some stuff with mine. Yeah. Oh my god. This might be going a bit over the top, or even see about like, because that's like for like kind of people getting together like socially and stuff like that. Even premiere it there or something. Or yeah, definitely. So just thinking out loud, these the fucking hundreds of things we might do or not do, but yeah, let's figure it out. So can we get this black screen and get the lights up and just like have me sat there looking at the camera now? And I'll do it like proper intensely. Yeah, that's slowly. Maybe even rock as well. No, we're going to talk about like there's a fist bump anyway. I'll let you hang into that. Yeah. You're bastard for that. Nice one. Thanks, bro. Right, let me get this video for the McGregor fight then.